perfect design for American eternal completion of our identity? Are we destined for Armageddon, or can we maintain our shores? Our identity is tried by the system of the down, the systematic exasperation of the otherwise purely identity driven societal grid, or that is to say, the fabric of um, the most important elements exist. At any rate, um, our society is fighting back. And the reason that Hatch speaks about those things is because with intelligence, and when we've actually grappled with the language and the ideas, the cure is on way. We're working on that solution. We need to understand America in a new light as a comprehensive, advanced identity or configuration, and becoming enlightened about the human condition, or rather, let's not become part of the common miscreant of the junk DNA. Building this breather is just really the best thing that I can think of for us to do. And it's the good energy where people are really appreciating the product. It's going to have a gaming interface, potential, a cell phone update, this sort of thing. But the real reason I'm introducing gaming into the breather is so that people are really comfortable using it, wearing it, and they're confident when they go out. If they get a cell phone call, the helmet prioritizes that person's experience. People might actually be continuing to wear it at home even because they enjoy how it feels. We have some features where it can play very gentle levels of either white noise or music, like background noise, or even or different sorts of features. Like you can be listening to podcasts and popular things, news programs, and you can sort them out on your visor and then tap it in. And while you're typing and stuff, you're listening to like a couple different. Or I was also thinking like a program that provides this type of sorting. You just choose like what type of articles you like to listen to, or you start narrowing down your specifics, and then sort of every day it wakes you up like, "Turn," and like, oh, you're like, beginning on Zoom, you're on Zoom with your working group or whatever. I don't know. Like I look the the reason that I want this to be capable as a gaming center is so that people feel that they feel confident. They don't feel stupid. They don't feel like they're wearing like a plastic fishbowl on their head. But it's definitely a greater self-esteem than wearing a diaper on your face. Those stupid medical masks, it's it's such a bummer, and I'm concerned because it the w- the human condition is basically is like an underwhelming response to an overwhelming problem. That's like kind of the character description of humanity. I'm not like I'm not ridiculing the human. If we actually create the silver lining of junk DNA, the human is the more powerful entity without the distractions of huge spiritual boners. Or like, oh, I come in love. I come in love. That's sort of radioactive, Mr. Burns. Oh my God, such good. The best news that I've received in a year is when I heard that The Simpsons got signed for 2 more seasons, right? Oh, it's incredible. Um, but really good sign there. Anyway, the gaming center is really, it is like a new marketplace, and it opens up this opportunity for uh, game developers, etc. Um, but it really is just to make this cool and allow people to feel that they're not compromised, that this is something excellent and stylized. We might have, uh, this is going to be my like project of like my luxurious styles. I'd like to employ Trey Parker to do the CEO model, and I know I might be able to do something like a big cowboy hat for like Texans, because like Texans are like pissed, and they just took off the mandate, like, oh, no one has to wear a mask, even though they've got like outrageous numbers. But like, what about like a big 10-gallon hat that then just kind of scoops around and covers the face? I don't know. It might be cool because those guys might be like, but that would look fucking ridiculous and stupid. That's the downside of the 10-gallon hat. I'm just look. I'm like, for me, using the animal mask is perfect because you need that breathing space, and I want it to be an extra layer of armor. It's intimidating when you look at someone and they have this huge animal breathing mask on, and they're just like, but everyone will know what it is. And it's powerful, okay? But when you're wearing it, you're wearing complete armor against germs. It's super empowering, you guys. You could go to a theater, you could go to school, you could go out through crowds. This is just like it's just part of the times, you guys. So my name's Hatch. With me always is my beautiful angel bride light, my guiding light, my intuition, my soul. The um, companionship. At any rate, it's Hatch and Millie's Master Source Industries, bringing fictional characters to life. A fantastic streaming service. So I want to announce, I'm really proud to announce that the Dragon King is a new member of the family, and he is a new angel, uh, and it's he's gonna have a birthday tomorrow, tomorrow evening. So when I plan to finish a sort of tabernacle for the Dragon King, and it's being released alongside the Walt Disney, The Last King, or the Last Dragon. All right. The Perfect Empire. The universe is vast. I'd like to have some shows where we talk more about this image, as in like exploring it, or we have like we go on like space adventures and sort of explore this map. We're coming up on the Alicorn the system, and we're like, oh, you know, what the hell is that? It's huge cock and balls. Sorry. What's really beautiful about this image here is that you can tell by like how see how the light is muted here. That is to say, it's very dark here, but then see how it's like a lighter gray here? Well, that means that the light that it makes these cloud clusters shiny is not only their own luminescence, but a light source that's also coming from the blue horizon. It's so beautiful. Look, there's like a stream of light uh, right here. To me, this looks like a profile of Santa Claus. He's got like a little red nose and a squinty eye right there. But like his mustache and then his beard, and he's got a long like elf hat. But he looks like he's like looking into that blue light, just being like, "Oh my God." Maybe he's put his hand out, like being like, "Oh," you know. But what's amazing is like you can see how the light from the horizon goes out, and that causes this area to be more luminant because it's reflecting off of this area. Our planet, I believe, is around this area because supposed to get supposed to make the equinox of like the first cell division of all spiritual permanent heavens, the prophecy of stone, or that which is like the permanent dimension that Earth is designed to complete, the creation model Mandelbrot fractal, uh, perfect design. It's designed to it's like the prophecy of rocks because it's designed to bring the most enlightened Earth up into permanent heavens. It's really kind of complicated, but it's totally fetus born, so it's like it's an animal event. It happens on clockwork. We need to make sure we don't get blitzed, invaded by these UFOs who are sketchy fuckers. Like they've got medical condition like space fever, depression. They don't even know how to they don't even know how to uh, kind of recognize when they're operating not scientifically but off of like obsession or misplaced fear because they're actually kind of viral because the placement of junk DNA is categorically self-evidently a blasphemy to the promise of the electric body. The electric body in the water is uh, like the image of God and is the like a prototype for the hatch seals for eggs. That's to say, like whilst we're living, the space inside our body, water, tension, 545. The epidermis is a sort of outline in your body, and this is an actual ghost. So you actually have a ghost in your body, but because of there's no fairy lights in the forest. That's why we have Christmas trees. It's a dire sign, um, a sort of ancient um, wisdom about what is natural. And not everything is just natural. Some things are an attack, or something is like directed radioactive frequent. Whoa, that could really disturb things. All right. So you have to armor up against all these bad uh, space ghosts, but we can defeat it because we're actually the point. We're actually the residents. We have the upper hand. But that's why Hatch is important because you take on this sort of language where you're okay. We can build the machine that can actually fix that. A really good way to produce Hatch and introduce Hatch to America is with these breather masks and save lives. So it's just instantly yes, we want to do that, and I have a lot of plans for this area building, and but I want to begin here with these and so once again I'm putting the gaming options in here not just not to sell it but to make it something like it's going to be good to have this thing because these guys are talking about provocative stuff like XR or because you can hook it up with your cell phone and it can give you um, like guidance through the city if you have GPS issues or needs. But that's such a limited reason. That's such a limited thing. How often is that really going to happen? So what we want to embrace more is like, what about like Pokemon Go and the sort of thing where there's like a treasure hunting app where you can walk through your city and find, you know, little things, and then there's a messaging board and other people that you can talk with. But that means like we have like a face camera for so I'm thinking like we would have, you know, we'll have ones that don't have that doesn't have like a computer in it, or okay, it doesn't work with your cell phone, but it will definitely protect your life. Or we want to do that just because this is a human apocalypse. It's a human drama. We need to respond to that, or else that's kind of insane to refuse a human obligation. We need to be more intelligent than our own government. And usually our comedians, they do that laughing and standing on their heads. But this is a behavioral thing where we actually need to manufacture this thing. That's self control over the manufacturing and all that. So really good societal work. We're fighting back against the system of the down. Um, so I'm working with this the Dragon King because this Walt Disney uh, epic caught my eye and it's so beautiful. So I'm gonna make like a tandem war elephant, the Dragon King. It'll be some sort of phenomenon in the world, and he's gonna awaken Friday afternoon. So I'm just letting you know, like I'm doing what I can for the universe and everything, and we're all on board with um all right with the clockwork and everything. So let's like synchronize our clockwork. I'm really excited to see the South Park special. It's gonna be great, and looks like a lot of dad jokes, like oh the vaccine, just talking about it, and I think that's great. You guys, America's really gonna get some really good soul food and some good communion from that. I'm just hoping that you guys could whet your appetite about making this breather mask and make an exception to the rule for Hatch. You know, be a good American, be a good friend, and let's get to work and make some amazing things happen. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate your time and energy. For America, my name is Hatch. As perfect is complete. I'm the American King. Permanent is good. Thank you so much, Trey.